Buckle up because this isn't your average day at the zoo story. This one starts with screaming, chaos, and ends with a chimpanzee doing something more human than most people on the internet. Picture this. It's a sunny Friday, ice cream melting, kids crying, parents pretending they're not exhausted, peak zoo energy. Then, near the chimpanzee enclosure, an old man named Arthur leans on the railing for a breather, and suddenly, gravity decides it's his time. One dizzy spell later, Grandpa takes a front row seat inside the chimp habitat. Instant panic, tourists scream, zookeepers sprint, radios crackle because, fun fact, a full-grown chimp is 5 times stronger than a human and about 10 times faster at ruining your day. Everyone's bracing for disaster, but then, everything freezes. The chimps stop mid-hoot, staring like they just watched the plot twist of their favorite soap opera. And from the back, their leader, an old chimp named Coco, steps forward. Now, if you've ever seen a chimp get mad, you know they don't exactly do calm approaches. But Coco wasn't angry. He moved slowly, calmly, like he knew this moment mattered. Arthur's shaking, waiting for the worst. The crowd holds its breath. The keepers lift their tranquilizer guns. One wrong move and boom, chaos. Then Coco does the unthinkable. He sits down and softly nudges Arthur's shoe. That's it. No screaming, no chest beating, no attack. Just a gentle tap, like he's saying, "Hey buddy, you good?" And suddenly, this zoo turns from a panic scene into the most heart-stopping, soul-healing moment caught on camera. Coco doesn't just sit, he stays, guarding Arthur. The rest of the chimps hang back, curious but respectful, like they somehow know their leader's saying, "Not today, we're protecting this one." And here's the wildest part. Coco wasn't just being nice, he was grieving. A month earlier, he'd lost his partner, the troop's matriarch, and since then, he'd been a shadow of himself. Wouldn't eat, wouldn't play, just sat in the corner like a ghost with fur. But seeing Arthur old, fragile, helpless, something clicked. Maybe Coco saw himself. Maybe he saw loss. But what he did see was someone who needed help. When the rescue team moved in, they were shaking more than Arthur was. But Coco just watched, calm and quiet. He didn't interfere. He just sat there, this massive, powerful creature radiating peace. Arthur climbed out safely, but not before turning back and locking eyes with a chimp that just rewrote everything he thought he knew about animals. That stare said more than words ever could. Within hours, the video went viral. The internet did its thing, millions of views, faith in humanity restored comments, and 1,000 Coco for President memes. But beneath the noise was something real, a moment of raw empathy that didn't come from a human at all. Experts said Coco's behavior wasn't random. Chimps do show empathy. But this was different. This was mourning turned into meaning, a creature finding healing by protecting someone else's life. And it didn't stop there. After Arthur recovered, he started visiting Coco every week. He'd stand by the glass for hours, sipping coffee, watching the troop, and every time, like clockwork, Coco would come over, sit across from him, and just be there. Two beings from different worlds, sharing quiet understanding. No words, no expectations, just connection. It's funny, isn't it? How sometimes the biggest lessons in humanity don't come from humans. We go through life thinking empathy makes us superior, but then a chimp reminds us what it actually looks like. So yeah, Arthur went to the zoo expecting to see animals. Instead, he found a teacher. And if that doesn't make you believe that compassion can cross any line, species, language, or fear, then maybe it's time to look closer. Because sometimes, the ones we think are behind glass are the ones who see the clearest. If you felt something watching this, hit that like button, not for me, but for Coco, the chimp who reminded us that kindness doesn't need translation. And subscribe, because next week, we're diving into another true story that'll make you rethink what you thought you knew about life, love, and loyalty. Because the best stories, they're not about what we see, they're about what finally opens our eyes.